Hi guys, I'm Genially Safe and today I want to talk to you about finding the balance. All have something that we love to do. It could be fishing, playing video games, drinking beer with our friends, watching a movie with our significant other, driving a sports car, or even your job if you're very lucky. No, actually, I'm just kidding. You should always strive for a job that brings joy to you. In the end of the day, job is a substantial part of your life, and what's the point of it if it doesn't bring any joy to you? Anyway, everybody has something that feels great to it. And what I want you to think about is you only love to do it if you don't do it too much or too often. Playing video games with your friends for a few hours on a Sunday evening could be a cool way to relax and socialize. But the same thing for 8 hours a day for a few days in a row might make you feel miserable just because you're wasting too much time. It's gonna become very boring at some point, there will be no joy anymore, and it might even lead to big problems like fighting with your family or your boss. Drinking a few glasses of red wine on a Friday evening could be a great way to relax and create a romantic atmosphere for your date. But 3 bottles of the wine per person could spoil the whole day and obviously the date. Dedicating a few hours per day to learn a new language or to read a fascinating book could be a great investment of time to improve you intellectually and would probably prevent you from having a Parkinson's disease when you will be very old. But at the same time, if it's going to be the only thing you're doing throughout the whole day, it might piss off your hypothetical wife who needs your help with your 2 little kids. It's very useful to be informed about what's going on there, but constantly following all the news might be incredibly overwhelming, especially in our modern, rapidly changing world. My point is simple. The same thing which brings fun to you or is beneficial in some way, when done occasionally and within reasonable limits, might be harmful for you if you don't stop in the right moment. Getting a promotion or a salary rise is cool, but when you start to give up every other aspect of your life just to get another promotion, just to get more money, you might end up losing your health, breaking up with your partner, or just missing the incredible moments of your kids' childhood. It's so tempting to say, okay, I just need this one more thing and then I will be happy. I just need this brand new iPhone and then I will be happy. I just need this nice car I have seen in a car shop and then I will be happy. I just need to move to this country which is considered to be great for living and then I will be happy. If only I could solve this problem, then I will be happy. You know what? Fortunately or not, the life doesn't work like that. Once you get with one more thing, you might feel happy due to the fact that your brain will release a hormone called dopamine anticipating this event. But very soon, maybe a day, maybe a week later, it's going to become a part of your reality, and so you will come back to the normal state. Pretty soon, you will definitely find another thing which should finally make you really happy, and the whole circle begins again. Another problem in this story is that with the time you will want more and more, as the same level of things doesn't satisfy you anymore. It's like running on a treadmill without a stop. You always run somewhere trying to achieve the happiness, but as the track moves as well, you never achieve your destination. You also don't have any time to pause for a second and enjoy your life and everything you have achieved so far. Perhaps you wonder why it's always a bad strategy to strive for happiness like that. It's because no external stuff can make you happy until you transform yourself inside, until you find the balance. The balance between your income and the free time you can dedicate to your family or for self development. The balance between exercising and eating a tasty cake. Yes, even exercising too much can be harmful for you. Between sitting in the office, working on the project, and walking on the streets, breathing fresh air and listening to inspirational music. Too much is always bad, just because everything comes at a price. What I suggest to you is think about your life for a little bit. Maybe there are things which you would like to do more, like calling your mom, asking how she is doing, or playing with your dog, exercising, reading, and so on. Maybe there are things you would like to do less, like scrolling the news in Facebook or talking to toxic people. I'm pretty sure you have something like that. We all have. I encourage you to write two lists, too much and too little. It wouldn't take too long, but can be very beneficial for you. The best thing would be, of course, to substitute the things you do too much with the things you do too little. You can also write your limits in those lists, like exercising minimum 3 times per week or reading 100 pages per week. By the way, I'm about to start my 30-day reading challenge, so if you want to see it, please let me know in the comments. You can do more than this value, of course, if you can and want, but just remember not to overdo. The important point is it's gonna become your minimum value now that you must achieve every time. It's gonna be your standard now. It's our standards that define how our days will look like. And the days add up to weeks, weeks add up to months, months add up to years, and years add up to life. So basically our standards define how our life is gonna look like. By the way, if you want to know how you can easily increase your standards, please feel free to take a look at my video about New Year resolutions when I share some tips on the topic. The video would be in the description below or would appear just here. 100 pages per week. It's only about 30 minutes of reading per day, but in the same time, it's about 25 fascinating books a year, which might bring you to a completely new level, as even one idea could change your life entirely. You can also specify your maximum in your too much lists, like no more than 30 minutes of Facebook per day, no more than 3 hours of Netflix per week, whatever you want to be your standard. I'm pretty sure you have something that you would like to do, like a hobby, for example, but you are thinking like, okay, that would be great, but I just don't have time for it. Well, now you know where you can get some time. Go for it. Please feel free to share some points of your too much and too little lists in the comments. It would be very interesting for me to read what you would like to do more and or less. Finding the balance is about finding the value which would be exactly right for you. And of course, it would be unique for you. For one person, eating 2000 calories per day could be a nightmare, ruining the whole life. For another person, in the same time, it could be just a necessary step to build the desired muscles. For one person, running 10 kilometers per week is a huge failure. For another one, it's a dream. Everybody is different. Find out what is important for you, define your standards, and remember that the values you must always achieve. But in the same time, define your desirable values. Like if, let's say, your standard is to learn 50 new words per week, your desirable value could be to learn 100 words. You will try to get to it. If yes, perfect. If no, well, next time you will be better, but you have learned at least 50 words this week, which would definitely push you towards your goal. There is a chance you won't find that limit immediately. It's also fine. It's gonna be definitely better with every try, and eventually you're gonna find your perfect value. Perfect amount of time you should spend with your spouse and your family. Perfect amount of income that doesn't drive you and everyone around you crazy. It also happens that this perfect value is gonna change with the time. It's completely normal as well. What seemed for you impossible once in the past is easy to implement now. What seems to be impossible for you right now will be pretty simple in the future. This moment will definitely come faster if you're gonna define your standards and you're gonna practice consistently. As Nico Vujicic wisely says, balance isn't something you achieve someday. You must work on it. But I can assure you, it's gonna pay off. You will be able to be productive, performing all the necessary tasks, but in the same time, you will have the opportunity to do funny things with the people who are important for you. It's very important to find the balance here. You're very unlikely to feel truly happy if you're gonna focus only on your professional development, completely ignoring the personal part. Even if you achieve a lot, at some point you're gonna feel a need to share it with somebody you love. And it's gonna be very sad if there will be no person like that next to you. But in the same time, if you're gonna dedicate all of your time to your family and your relationship without any kind of self-realization, you're gonna feel some emptiness inside. Something would be missing there for you. I think that both of these aspects are incredibly important to live a fulfilled life. And the only way to be successful in it is to dedicate a necessary amount of time in both these areas. Finding the balance is a clear way to live a full of experiences life, when you have time for becoming smarter and stronger, as well as to have some fun. I hope I have been of service to you today, and I would be really happy to get some feedback from you. Put your thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to get more educational content, and see you later. Good night. When you will be, when you will be very old, when you will be very old. Okay, let's go. Who needs your help with your two little kids? Just remember it, please. Yay! Come on, I have done it.